So we are currently discussing the kata Wansu, and how my version was originally the Shuri-ryu version, and I've since adapted it to be more like the Shobayashi-ryu version. Now, the Shobayashi-ryu version is the version that the Shuri-ryu version is based on, and I know that because Trius learned it from one of the late Angel Lemus's instructors. He saw him perform it at a tournament, invited him up to his hotel room, and had him teach the kata. But of course, as with all of the kata that Trius incorporated into his Shuri-ryu system, he adapted it all to fit his personal approach to kata. And Wansu was no different. But the big thing with Wansu for Trius was absolutely the shoulder throw at the end of the kata. He even called this form the Dragon Boy dumping form. And I'm not even sure where that comes from. I think it may have originated with Trius, but it's possible it was pulled from some other source that I just haven't found. Now this is the application that Trius preferred for the sort of lifting and turning motion that's toward the end of the kata, and he made his version look more like this throw. And this throw is called kata guruma in judo, which means shoulder wheel. Now, the shoulder wheel throw in judo, according to Itoman Morinobu, who is an older source specifically for karate material, calls that throw a double arm shoulder throw. And personally, I don't believe that this throw is the intended application for that sequence at the end of Wansu. I think that Trius simply preferred this version. And of course, it caught on. It's a popular throw, and it's a flashy throw as well if you're doing demonstrations. Personally, I believe that Itoman Morinobu's single arm shoulder throw is more in line with the way the movement is done in the older version of the kata that you see in Kyan lineage Shorin-ryu. And of course, Itoman Morinobu's single-arm shoulder throw is essentially the same throw that Funakoshi Gichin demonstrates in his early works as katawa guruma, or the cripple wheel. Now, in a later work, Funakoshi swapped out katawa guruma for yaridama, which is spearing through. Personally, I do not think that this is as good of a technique or as reliable of a technique as katawa guruma or the single-arm shoulder throw, but it can fit as well. Now, there's also a reversed version of the single-arm shoulder throw, or katawa guruma, which you can see demonstrated here by Kyokushin founder Mas Oyama. Personally, I prefer to use that for an application for the ending of Pinan Sandan, just because of the way the arms move, but it can also be seen as a variation on the throw at the end of Wansu.